Hello students, today's topic is user interface golden rules in software engineering. So Snyder means 8 rules. We are having 8 rules, 8 golden rules. First one is consistency. Here consistent sequences of actions should be required in similar situations. Okay, here consistent sequence of actions should be required in similar situations. Okay, like he should be familiar in utilizing like icons, colors, menus, etc. Okay, consistent sequences of actions should be required in similar situations. Okay, the user should be familiar like utilizing icons, colors, menus, etc. And coming to second rule, enable frequent users to use shortcuts. Enable frequent users to use shortcuts. Okay, here the user's desire should be like to reduce the number of interactions so that it increases the frequency of use. Okay, like a user's desire to reduce the number of interactions which increases with frequency of use. Okay, for example, we are having a lot of shortcut keys like a control plus C, control plus V. Here control plus C can be used to copy, and control plus V is used to paste. Yeah, suppose if you want to copy some text in a document, you can use the shortcut key like for example, you can take it as control CTRL plus C, which is used to copy text. Okay, which is used to copy text. This is one of the shortcut key. And control plus V can be used to paste, okay, in some other location. Okay, this can be done by using keyboard. Okay, this is the second rule. And coming to third rule, third one is offer informative feedback. Okay, for every operator action there should be some system feedback. Okay, like suppose for every operator action, okay, there should be some system feedback. Okay, for example, if you take Gmail. Okay, suppose if you are sending any kind of messages to other person, it will display like a message has been sent. So this is one kind of information feedback. Okay, next rule is fourth one, that is design dialogue to yield closure. Okay, design dialogue to yield closure. Okay, this is the fourth golden rule. Here, information feedback at the completion of group of actions gives the operators the satisfaction of accomplishment or a sense of relief. Okay, suppose information or informative feedback at the completion of group of actions gives the operator the satisfaction of accomplishment or a sense of relief. Okay, design dialogue to yield closure, like informative feedback at the end of completion of group of actions. Okay, like at the end of group of actions, if you get any kind of information, it gives the operators the satisfaction of accomplishment, or we can say a sense of relief. Okay, like for example, if you take any setup process, okay, if you take any kind of setup process, like while installing, it displays the amount of percentage completed, how much it completed, like 30%, okay, or 70% until 100%, okay, like this, so that the user can know at which step we are, at the beginning or in the middle or to the end. And next golden rule is it offers simple error handling. Okay, it offers simple error handling. Error handling is very important. Okay, like suppose as much as possible we have to design the system so user will not make any serious error. Okay, user will not make any serious error. Okay, suppose if an error is made, system should be able to detect. Okay, system should be able to detect and offer simple mechanism for handling the error. Okay, the fifth rule is it offers simple error handling. As much as possible, the design which you are going to design, it should be like user will not make any serious error. If error is made, suppose if at all an error is made, the system should be able to detect the error, and it should also offer simple mechanism for handling the error. Suppose for example, if you entered a wrong user ID, okay, for example, if you can take a wrong user ID or password, okay, it should be able to display a message like you have entered a wrong password, okay, or so that you can rectify it. And next golden rule is coming to sixth golden rule: permit easy reversal of actions. Permit easy reversal of actions. This is the sixth golden rule. Okay, this feature relieves anxiety. Okay, since user knows that errors can be undone, so if you have an easy reversal actions, okay, it encourages the exploration of unfamiliar options. Okay, this feature relieves anxiety since user know that errors can be undone. Errors can be undone. So easy reversal actions encourages exploration of unfamiliar options. For example, if you take an undo option, okay, undo option, like for the shortcut key is Control plus Z. If you have done any mistake, so if you press Control plus Z, it goes to the previous option, okay, like previous word. And next one is seventh golden rule is support internal locus of control. Support internal locus of control. This is seventh golden rule. Okay, here it supports internal locus of control. Like suppose if you want to close any dialog box, it will display a dialog box like, if are you sure, okay, like are you sure you want to exit, like if you click on OK button, it exists, or if you click on cancel button, again it comes to normal position. Okay, it supports internal locus of control. And last golden rule is reduce short-term memory load. Eighth golden rule is reduce short-term memory load. Okay, here limitation of human information processing in short-term memory requires the display to be kept simple and multiple page displays to be consolidated. Okay, here limitation of human processing in short-term memory requires the display to be kept simple. The display to be kept simple and multiple page displays to be consolidated. Okay, here limitation of human processing in short-term memory requires the display to be kept simple and multiple page displays to be consolidated. So these are the 8 golden rules, okay, in user interface design. Now the topic is human factors, like how human factors that can affect people when interacting with computers and software. Okay, how human factors that affect people when interacting with computers and software. Okay, first of all we'll see what is physiology. What is physiology? Okay, how physiology often affects the design of devices, like by applying constraints. Human physiology often affects the design of devices by applying constraints. So particular HCI factors to consider are, first one, whether they are left-handed, left or right-handed. Okay, and reaction times, their reaction times, movement, and loss of usual facilities, like their disabilities. Okay, this it like a physiology, whether they are left or right-handed, and what are the reaction times, what is the movement, and what is loss of usual facilities like disabilities. And next one is cognition. Okay, next factor is human factor is cognition. Like how human can be acquainted with the things, like how he can gain knowledge, like understanding, like remembering, reasoning, attending, and so on. Okay, how we become like how we become acquainted with things. Acquainted with things, like how can we can gain knowledge, like how we can gain knowledge. It can involve like understanding, okay, remembering, reasoning, like awareness, and acquiring skills, etc. Okay, like how human is going to be acquainted with the things, like how he can gain knowledge. It can be like how we are going to understand, how we are going to remember, how we are having some reasoning skills, awareness, or like acquiring skills. Okay, and next one is perception. What is perception? This is another human factor, third one. Like he can have different senses, like human, by giving input, like suppose we can have an auditory perception, haptic, like a touch perception, and visual, like by seeing, visual perception. And we need to understand how input information is perceived by humans. Okay, these are all about human factors.